This is Sai Phanindra from SQL School. I assure you complete practice orientation from scratch, right from the basics. In today's agenda, let's understand, in today's class short session, let's understand what is database, what is warehouse, what is ETL, extract, transform, load, what is analytics BI, and how to implement BI, business intelligence. What is Azure BI? A part of Azure BI, our actual course, Azure Data Engineering. And what is inside Azure Data Engineering? Yes, we are going to learn those activities slowly one by one. Yes, inside Azure Data Engineering, you have three important components. What are they? Yes, in the entire data engineering stack, three important components. Number one, called storage components. Number two, ETL, extract, transform, load, ETL components. Number three, analytic components. Okay, three different components are involved. Let's understand the course details and the takeaways. Very simple and straight, bit lengthy journey. Let's first understand what is data engineering, why we need it. Then slowly step into our actual course derivatives one by one. To understand what is data engineer, first we need to learn what is database and a warehouse. Before we learn the purpose of data engineering technologies, what is database? A platform to store any type of data, any amount of data. You log into your bank account. You see the recent transaction database, recent OLTP we call, live online transaction processing data. Types of databases, different types of databases like OLTP, online transaction processing database, data warehouse, DWH, OLAP, online analytical processing database, and we have something called HTAP, hybrid transactional analytical database. Observe carefully. Now, with this information, what's our course? Our course is data warehouse. Observe carefully. Our course is data warehouse, means historical data. You log into your bank portal, the past data, old historical data, past old historical data, that is taken as data warehouse. Any old data is data warehouse. There are other types of databases, other technologies like deep learning, analytical services, etc. We are here the highlighted part, data warehouse. Now take any business intelligence model. You have files, operational systems like websites, apps, and other portals to accept the data. You log into your bank account through mobile, or you open your app in your mobile or from your laptop or desktop, just log into your website. You perform operations. So either mobile or laptop or desktop or through some other third party, you log in to your bank application through some Amazon or eBay, Flipkart, or whatever. Different ways to log into our bank application, bank portal, and perform the required operations. Those operations are dealing with your data. The old data, historical data, inactive data would be maintained in our storeroom called warehouse. So a warehouse contains raw data, metadata, aggregation data, also called summary data. What is that? Aggregation data. This warehouse will be the input for next level analytics like OLAP, Online Analytical Processing Database, OLAP, or it can be for reporting, data mining, mixing everything together. Mixing everything together is called HTAP, Hybrid Transactional Processing Database. What is that? HTAP, Hybrid Transactional Analytical Processing Database. So our course is into data warehouse. Gather the data and store it cautiously. ETL plus warehouse, the green items, green arrows left, green arrow in between, green arrows right, is our actual data engineering course. This is the one, okay? All these items. ETL plus warehouse. Let's make it simple. Assume a valet parking service in a star hotel. A valet parking service in a star hotel. Valet parking service taken care by some third party ETL technologies. The parking area is the warehouse. That's it, a multi-layer cloud-based parking area data warehouse. Now, so BI is equal to ETL plus warehouse plus analytics. From Microsoft, let's add color to this diagram and you see Azure BI. Data engineering backend, Power BI frontend. Together is equal to Azure BI. We need to work with various data sources. It would be databases or files or real-time apps, part of our course. We have examples lined up for IoT, Internet of Things, like live temperature tracking, live telco apps, telephone tracking, telco apps, free apps given by Microsoft for our practice, files, databases, different kinds of data, and subjected to ETL or sent through ETL, the valet parking activities. Either ETL, we have notebooks, and ETL something called pipelines. We need to learn both in our classes. The complete data engineering 7 weeks program includes both. Finally, we need to park our data in the storeroom, warehouse. Open source Spark, Microsoft brand SQL pool. What is that? I repeat again. Open source called Spark database. We need to learn it. And we have other one called Microsoft brand Synapse SQL pool. Okay, POOL pool we call it. So we need to learn both step by step. Then we need to learn when to use which, how to use them together. When to use which, how to use them together. So it's like bringing data from various sources, loading it into something called data warehouse. There is one more called data lake in between, part of our course for big data storage. I repeat again, what is that? We need to learn something called SQL pool, this one, SQL pool, nothing but data warehouse. And other one we need to learn something called Databricks, that involves Spark databases. What is that? Spark databases. So this would be the kind of interface we need to work from our next classes slowly one by one. I assume we are all very new. We need to learn from scratch, need your support, on time practice required. What I said again, please by heart these new technical terms. Number one, SQL server in Azure that has something called SQL pool data warehouse, Microsoft brand. Open source called catalog, called Spark database, also called as Spark catalog, Hive we call it. Okay, something like this, the interface actually. So open source warehouse, Microsoft branded warehouse. Two different warehouses we need to learn, and how to join them together, how to integrate each of them, we need to learn it slowly. Next, there is something called data lake for file store. Database left and right are for table store. Data lake and its variant called delta lake and lake house are for file store. Backend. Common front end Power BI. And to plan our resumes, you may opt for, of course, you're already aware of SQL concepts, Microsoft SQL. Just revise DDL, DML, select constraints and joins. Enough. The more SQL, the better anyway. But these should be fine. And we are into 7 weeks data engineering concepts. All Azure activities we need to learn from scratch. Azure fundamentals, Azure SQL database, Azure SQL pool, nothing but data warehouse, storage, stream analytics, Databricks, data factory, Synapse analytics, key vault, so on. All these items we need to learn practically with examples and derivations, migrations, web applications like telco app, live temperature tracking, on-prem migrations, live data streaming, clusters. We are very, very new to Python. We shall be learning what is required from data engineering perspective in Python. Part of our course, PySpark, notebooks, widgets, jobs, so on. From there we have Explorer tools and DP203 examination guidance. We have Power BI, a separate 4 weeks journey, Monday to Friday. This completely into reporting. There are total 7 different tools in Power BI suite, BI suite, and 7 tools, 2 technologies and 2 hosting environments. 2 technologies, one is Power Query, one DAX, and 2 hosting solutions, one server and one service. Service means cloud. Server is something we have to install in our computer, in our company's data center. And we have PL300 exam. So 7 weeks journey data engineering, 4 weeks journey Power BI. Each of them have their own certifications. Together we have DP500 certification. So choice is yours, how to cautiously pack your resume with careful content and cautious items. for better scrutiny and easy job prospects. My complete support for your resume and our job oriented activities with a nice project work. We shall be having data factory with Synapse, data lake storage, Databricks, PySpark and Spark SQL, and stream analytics with IoT. This is our main piece of cake. The cream would be Power BI. Optional cream on top of your cake, Power BI. I repeat once again to make it clear. Source, we are going to learn unstructured and structured data sources. Perform a series of operations like storage, preparation, staging, modeling, finally analytics. So in our Azure data engineering activities, we are going to learn in our data engineering activities, we are going to learn all DP203 examination pattern components with job orientation. Subject is bit lengthy, but it will be very interesting. Trust me, very useful and easier to follow. Need your support, on time practice. Detailed content on my screen, the 7 weeks journey, Monday to Friday, every day 1 hour, completely into practice orientation. We are going to learn something called storage and data lake module, data factory and Synapse analytics module, Databricks and PySpark module. Total 3 different items. To make it more clear, I need to take you to a small Word document. To make it more clear, let's recap once again this new terminology. What is database? A platform to store any type of data, any amount of data in a well organized format. Types of databases: OLTP, live real-time data, live temperature data. Data warehouse, to store old historical data, past temperature data. And we also have aggregated data, also called summary data. What is that? That aggregated data is also called group by summary data, this one. Next, OLAP and HTAP. Now, who is responsible for OLTP database design? Developers, programmers. Who is responsible for warehouse design? Engineers, data engineers. What is cloud? A remote storage platform to ensure 24/7 access to your data. A remote storage platform to access 24/7 access to your data. Observe carefully. Next, here our requirement to learn about Azure Data Engineering. So for that, cloud, a remote storage activity, we can operate using browser. This one, something like this, through browser. And tools, we are going to install tools like Explorer tool. This one, Storage Explorer tool, migration tool. There are 5 different tools we need to work with in our Azure Data Engineering course. 5 different tools. One browser. Main purpose of cloud: storage, ETL, big data analytics. Azure is a Microsoft cloud platform, cheaper storage, faster, easier ETL, and accurate analytics. And main benefits of Azure cloud: zero or less maintenance, low code. It is, I don't want to say zero code, but low code, easy user interface. And we are going to learn few storage components, ETL technologies, big data analytics, security and migration concepts. To make it simple and straight, a small format for our examples from next class. We need to learn Azure fundamental components, Azure storage components, ETL components, streaming components. 4 different departments with a project work part of our course. So you are a data engineer, you gain more from the course. You are a ETL developer or a BI developer, you gain more from this course. Or you wanted to be into a data science admin in future, or database architect in cloud, ETL, this course would be definitely helpful. With complete support for DP203 certification guidance. And the notes, the material, day-wise notes and FAQs, project work, I will take care. Make sure you have Windows 8 or higher operating system, because we need to have total 5 different design tools in our computer. Storage and design tools both together, 5 tools total. So make sure you have Windows 8 or higher OS with you, 8 gig RAM, 10 gig disk space, and prior knowledge of Microsoft SQL Server concepts. And these concepts include, yes, here it is, DB basics, database basics, and join queries. It should be enough. Join queries should be fine. Please revise them. How do you practice? You need to have, you are requested to have a debit card or a credit card, anything, so that I can guide you how to activate. You are not sharing your details with anyone. I'll guide you how to do that. You will do it at your free time. You need not share details with anyone except Microsoft site. So we are into box number 5, this one from next class. Prerequisite, SQL Server basics should be fine. And option 1, core data engineering, you sign up for. You are aware of SQL, you go only for data engineering. Later you can upgrade to Power BI if required based on your resume. Or you wanted to have a refresher of SQL, then 1,5. Box 1, box 5. 1 and 5. You would like to have experience profile in your resume, 1, 5 and 6. This one, 156, data engineer plan C. Choice yours, you choose any one and we'll take it from there slowly, step by step. I assure you once again, complete practice orientation from scratch. And what's the purpose of data engineering? For data warehouse. What's the purpose of data warehouse? Historical data, summary or aggregated data. Okay, we'll practice these items from scratch carefully. Complete detailed notes, FAQs, scenarios, practice examples, comparison, cheat sheets, part of the course. We'll do one by one. And mainly to the point, straight to the point, we'll do it carefully. And we have something called Python. We'll start from the scratch with what is Python, why we need Python, right from the basics to a level which is really required for data engineers and DP203 examination. We'll do the things carefully, step by step. Finally, and with a project. That project involves step-by-step solution and project FAQs. If your interviewer asks you like what you did in the project, what are the challenges you face in the project, etc. So every detail needed for our resume, job work, we need to take it here slowly as per DP203 examination. And I shall wait for your questions, clarifications if any. Any questions or clarifications, please let me know. We'll take it from there to start our classes step by step carefully.